Dear class, I welcome you again in your grade 10. So today we are going to start our third session of our chapter Money and Credit. So here today we can discuss new topic, that is the terms of credit. So different conditions is needed for the terms of credit, like different conditions in which the borrower and the lender agreed before granting or taking a loan. So there must be a proper mutual understanding between the borrower and the lender before taking a credit. So it includes rate of interest, mode of repayment, collateral and documentation required. So first of all is a rate of interest. Rate of interest means at which rate the person can give a credit to the different person. So it depends upon the different rate of interest, like different banks have a different rate of interest. Second one is a mode of repayment. Repayment means how they can return the credit. This is called the repayment in the form of cash, in the form of online transaction, or in the form of a check. This is called mode of repayment. Third one is the collateral and fourth one is the documentation required. So first of all here we can discuss documentation required for credit. So there are the various type of documents required, like credit form, agreement between borrower or a lender, terms of rate of interest and the terms of repayment of loan. All these things should be mentioned in the documentation or in the piece of a paper. Next one is the collateral. So collateral is an asset that the borrower owns, such as land, building, vehicle, machinery, and uses this as a guarantee to a lender until the loan is repaid. So if the borrower fails to repay the loan, then the lender has the right to sell the asset or a collateral to obtain as a payment. So properties such as land, titles, deposits with bank, livestock are the common example that are used for the borrowing. So collateral also plays an important term of credit. So our next one is the formal sector credit in India, or formal sources of credit, like commercial banks, cooperative societies and the RRB banks are the basic components of formal sector of credit. Here the RBI is the supervises all the functioning of the formal sources of loans. So they can also collect low rate of interest from various types of bank, and they follow some well defined rules and regulations for giving the formal source of credit. Second one is the informal sources of credit. Here the informal lenders. Lenders are those who lend the money. It includes money lenders, traders, employers, relatives, friends, colleagues, etc. So here there is no organization which supervises the credit activity of lenders in the formal sector. So in the formal sector there is a proper rules and regulations and all the money is in the hand of a RBI. But in the informal source of credit there is no supervision or there is no informal activities. So they can also charge high rate of interest and they do not follow any rules or procedures. So our government of India launched various type of schemes, programs for the welfare of rural peoples. Why? So that they can fulfill their basic needs. So they can also provide money lenders loan facilities up to 30%. Other informal sources includes 18% and cooperative societies 27%. There are also various types of banks which can work for the welfare of the rural people, and they can provide the loan and credit facilities to the farmers at a very low rate of interest so that farmers can able to fulfill their needs. So if we can talk about the credit in urban areas, here urban people have a lot of money. So poor takes 85% of credit from informal sources and only 18% from banks and other formal sources. So here rich takes more than 90% of loan from formal sources like banks. So formal sources mostly serve for the rich people as comparison to the rural people. Now our next one is the SHG. It means self-help group. So it is a small group of people which consist of 10 to 20 people and they belong to the same locality. Here their main purpose and the main aim or a main objective of such group is to help its members for their economic well-being by providing the money facilities. They either carry a small collective businessman or they can create a fund to lend the money or to give the money to the needy people. So the needy peoples can fulfill their basic needs. Government of India also launched various type of seminars, programs, and it also encourages these groups by arranging the bank loan at a very low rate of interest. So basically the concept of SHG was developed in Bangladesh. It is the Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. It is the biggest success story which can reaching the poor to meet their credit needs at a very low rate of interest. So here most of the borrowers are women and they belong to poorest section of the society. So these are the pictures of a self-help group. Here women can take a credit or a loan facilities from a bank and they can fulfill their needs by opening various types of business. Now these are the some importance of a SHGS. Here members can get loans at a very low rate of interest. Here the group will encourage the members to find self-employment. Here banks will give a loan to SHGs without any collateral. So SHG plays a very important role for the development of the rural area. Why? Because they can provide a loan at a very low rate of interest to the rural peoples. So class, read this chapter carefully. If you are having any type of doubt, then you can ask. Have a nice day ahead.